Hello and welcome back to the No Flipping Excuses channel. My name is Michael Bredthauer and I am joined with Jason Palliser. How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing very good. I'm excited today. We're going to be talking about something that everybody in real estate is going to want to develop a connection with.
Yep.
And that is cash buyers. Now, before we get into how to put these people in connection with you and how they're available to take down any property that you get using any of the strategies we talk about in our channel, it is vital, nay, important, nay, essential, crucial, every other word I can think of, that you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell, because we're going to be dropping some mean content in the next coming days and weeks. But today, Jason, we're talking about cash buyers, where to find them, and maybe even, how to start that connection.
Yeah, so let's dive into this, okay? The first thing I'll say is this. Doesn't matter. Some of you might be watching right now, and if you're a landlord and you're like, oh, this doesn't apply to me, stay tuned. I think it does. It doesn't matter because when you talk about cash buyers, immediately people think just wholesale.
Right.
But the reality is this. If you're a buy and hold investor, or you just simply look to locate good off-market property for you to fix and flip, and that's kind of your model, I always tell everybody the same thing. So for you not to understand that maybe you need to know other cash buyers in the markets that you're going after in the zip codes, and you think you might not have a need for that, then that just begs me to ask you the question. So you buy every house you touch. So every single house you touch, you buy. You just buy and keep it. You buy and flip it every single time. The answer is no. No one gets every house, right? So having said that, if you don't buy every single house for whatever reason, it's not your cup of tea, this, that, the other thing, then shouldn't you profit from it? Well, hey, thanks. Your price isn't what I'm looking for, or the zip code doesn't work for me. If you got to an off-market property lead first, shouldn't you profit from it? Because somebody wants it. The reality is that somebody wants it. And if that is the case, then as a part of your real estate investment company, that should be known as the go-to company in your city, shouldn't you also have cash buyers available for all the deals that you don't want to do? The answer is yes, because you can add a lot of zeros to the bottom line in any calendar year to your company. And so, Mike, they simply, like, from me to you and for everybody out here listening, they can't ignore that, right? There's like, it doesn't make sense to ignore. Example. Let's say we could say right now, drop in the comments, tell us your 5 best zip codes that you're going after. Tell us your 5. And if we said that and just left it at that, I know right now you listen back, well, I like easy questions. Type it all out and put in the 5 zip codes you're going after. But you just made the business 100% just about you and what you want. This business is bigger than you. And I'd always say, well, what about all the other zip codes around it? People don't buy in there. And because the answer is this, if you're attacking the marketplace, especially if we do a 2-day blueprint build out for you where we attack the city 34 ways at a hedge fund level, you're going to get leads from all over. We're going to suffocate the city, and all the zip codes that you don't want to play in, other people want those properties. And if you have the license to beat everyone to everything at a hedge fund level, shouldn't you just collect all the leads and be like, oh, I don't want this one here. You can have it. You can have it. You can't do the you can have it part. You can have it. You can have it if you don't know who all the other cash buyers are in town. It just makes you more money by being prepared. It's a hole in your business if you don't fill that hole.
It's a huge opportunity. Like you said, I love your question. So you buy every property you touch? Everything you look at, you buy?
Yeah, it's unrealistic.
That's a great question because
it's not true.
Yeah, it isn't. And if you are that person that does buy everything you touch, introduce me. I'd like to meet that person.
Yeah, because if that's the truth, then that means every lead that I get, I'll just hand to you because you keep everything.
Exactly.
The reality is that you get lots of leads and opportunities that don't fit for you, but shouldn't you profit from it? You had the effort, you got the opportunity, you're just going to throw it away. So we don't want to do that. I think I've established that we don't want to do that. So let's talk about getting cash buyers. Okay, so how do we get cash buyers in any city, zip code, marketplace in America? There's several ways that we do it. When we do a 2-day blueprint build out, and by the way, if you want more information on that, we do build outs 10 times a year. So we started doing for the general public. So we started doing for the general public what most people never get to see that we do for hedge funds. And what I mean by that is simply this. We do a build out to attack your city. Most investors do 2, 3, 4 things. And we set up 34. 18 of those 34 techniques are free. So if you want to talk to us about that and have a phone call, just go to myblueprintcall.com and schedule a time to talk to us. Okay. Now back to the task at hand. We need cash buyers. Okay. We need cash buyers. And so I'm just going to give you a couple. When we do a 2-day blueprint build out, there's a section specifically on that where we show you 9 distinct, separate, different ways that in any zip code you choose, we find the best cash buyers. So I'm just going to give you a couple of them, kind of talk about it for a second. One of them, and again, people make this way too hard. So commit to memory right now. Yeah, Mike. People make this way too hard, and it's not. So what I mean by that is this. One thing that we can do, and this is easy. You could do this as soon as this video is done. Just go to Google and type in wholesale properties with your city name and hit search. And let's just say it's Phoenix, wholesale properties Phoenix. The results are going to pop up. You're going to see your competitors. There's 2 things you can do. And I know when I say this on your end, you're like, oh my goodness. Why am I not doing this right now? So here's what you do. You get your competitors' websites. First thing you do is join their buyers list. They're going to start sending you properties that they worked hard to get under contract. And so what we do is we get on everybody's buyers list, and as they send us properties, we just throw them in a spreadsheet. And then we don't even think about them for 60 days. What we do is 60 days later, we'll take that list, we will look it up, see who bought it, skip trace them, and say, hey, would you like another property? Think about this. You got on your competitors' email list of properties. You collect all the addresses, wait 60 days, see who bought it. You know that they were a cash buyer 99% of the time. And if there was 5 offers on the property that they sent to you, don't you think they sold to the highest bidder? I'm willing to bet they did. So literally, by designing this the right way and doing the right things that we're teaching you on this video right now, you can grab all your competitors' best cash buyers and then tell me more about how it's hard to move your property when it's under contract. It's not hard. Some of them are silly enough to put on their websites when you do the search, wholesale properties Phoenix, and they put the properties they've already sold because they want to look good. Hey, look, I sold this one, and I sold that one, and I sold this one. Well, here, I'll just take all those addresses, see who bought it, and say, would you like another one? And it usually goes like, yeah, sure, tell me, give me what you got. And you put them on your list. It's very rare that they go, burp, I'm full on properties. Thank you, though. I appreciate you reaching out to me. That's not how this goes. That's ludicrous. So this is just one way of 9 different ways that we grab all the best available cash buyers in any zip code in America you choose.
Hey, book your free strategy session call today by going to 2daycall.com. That's the number 2daycall.com. We'd love to talk to you about how we're tapping into 34 plus lead generation off-market strategies in your market. Most of them too are free. Let's talk about it. Let's see how we can help you and your business thrive right now. Head on over to 2daycall.com. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, no, let me stop you right there because I don't want to downplay what you just did. These tips that you dropped come out of the 2-day blueprint. Where we build for hedge fund level access and teaching people how to take down properties in any state, in any community, right? Yeah. So this tip that you guys just got is a super secret tip, something that I'm surprised that you even decided to divulge here. And you can build up cash buyers that are buying right now. Yeah. The competitors that we're all concerned about now become your best friends because they are feeding you a cash buyers list. You have to do very little work besides type your email in, subscribe.
Yeah, think about how lazy this technique is. I always say lazy's fun, right? I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to start my car. I literally just wholesale properties Phoenix, wholesale properties Dallas, and I see the search results, and I go to all their websites. I join their buyers list. They send me all their properties, and then I just wait to see who bought them. Like how tough is that? That's just one way we do it.
We could end this video right now with that one technique, and you'll get all the cash buyers you need. But because we have a little bit more time, I'm going to one of two things. One, if you wouldn't mind, just give us a quick like and subscribe, because I'm going to ask Jason to peel back the onion, unwrinkle a couple of more cash buyer sources, even though you have basically all you need right now.
Yeah, so a couple of other easy ones. And again, we dive into it. And by the way, when we do a 2-day blueprint build out, we have it built in an operations map. So everything that we're saying here is already spelled out for you. You wake up, click open your map, grab a coffee, do your job. So we're verbalizing it right now, but we have this all spelled out and down to a science. We take over cities. When you attack 34 ways, you suffocate the city and get to every available opportunity. But we're talking specifically right now about who we're selling them to on the ones we don't want to keep, right? So another thing that you can do is literally just use Google to your advantage again, and just go search for property for rent, insert your city name. And there'll be tons of different websites that pop up, and you'll see landlords advertising their, hey, this 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, all for rent. And what we do is we take the address and say, hey, would you like another property? Most landlords would love to close on another opportunity. So again, we take their effort to say, hey, rent my house from the comfort of our home, grab that list of addresses, say, hey, would you like more property? And and who pays more for properties? Landlords, because they're holding them long term. They know that they get cash flow, appreciation, depreciation. That's the whole reason they're landlords. And so they'll pay more. So now you're developing yet again a much stronger, more robust cash buyers list. And
again, another list that you don't have to actually leave your couch for. This, you can do this right after you do the first search.
Correct. Yeah. Again, we live in a world where we can call this video this is the next episode of Not So Hard, folks. Okay. So this isn't hard. It's just very deliberate, clarity, concise, predictability. I know with predictability, I'm going to get their best cash buyers. So do things that you know a known outcome, and we're laying that out for you right now. The last thing that I would tell you to do as a tip on one of the ways that we grab some of the best cash buyers is that, you know who pays the most typically? Breaking news, Airbnb owners. And my wife runs all of our Airbnb assets, and I'll tell you, and she would tell you too, we'll pay more. Why? Because we're not evaluating property for normal rents, where somebody might buy it off you. I said landlords pay more because they're going to keep it for cash flow. They might say, okay, this house will I can fetch for rent $1,500. I may look at it, and again, so what you do is you just go in your real estate Facebook groups in your area and say, hey, where are my Airbnb buyers? I got some opportunities coming up. And they'll be like, me. And then literally you just put them on your list. And they'll pay more, because where a landlord will say, oh, I can get $1,500 for this, I'll evaluate it and be like, hey, you know what? We knocked this property down. I can Airbnb it for $3,000 a month. If I'm getting $3,000 a month, not $1,500, you understand that deal that you thought was skinny and you're trying to make $10,000 on, I might pay you a premium of $25,000. So if you start doing these things, these 3 tips right now, here's what I know. Again, doing this for a long time, tracking it, training 25,000 investors across America. Here's what I know. If you just did these 3 things and then start grabbing your off-market opportunities and putting them in front of them, every contract you write is now worth an extra $15,000. Think about that. I'm teaching you how to get good cash buyers. So where you thought you were going to make $10,000, you make $25,000. Now you have to do a lot less deals, and your business is way more profitable. This is how you do it, folks. Can't wait for you to see some of the other stuff that we drop.
There you have it. 3 different ways to getting cash buyers. One is simple as getting on your competitors, we'll call them, but they're going to be your new best friends, cash buyers list. So you can skip trace those properties that have been sold and find the very best top paying dollar cash buyers available from those individuals. The second thing is going to be landlords. Going online, another Google search, you still haven't left your couch, another Google search, pull up some landlords and find some more cash buyers. And then finally,
stay tuned for the next episode of Not So Hard.
Yeah, I love that. Not so hard. And then finally, Airbnb buyers. We got one sitting right here. So if you haven't commented below on that.
I literally have. I wish I had my phone with me right now. It's off camera. I literally, before we started this video, got a text message, and maybe we even splice it in later. I got a text message saying, hey, Jason, got a couple properties in St. Pete, because they know we are known cash buyers. They have other cash buyers in the area. They hit us first because they know we'll pay more. So use that to your advantage. If you start doing these things, every contract you write is worth more money. Your investment life becomes easier. Again, we're solving the back end for you. And again, if you want to talk to us about, we do 2-day blueprint build outs showing you how to attack a city at a hedge fund level, what the general public never gets to see 10 times a year. So if you want to talk to us about that, 18 of the 34 ways that we help you suffocate your city are free, all the way down to doing direct mail for free. So if you want to talk to us about it, just go to myblueprintcall.com and schedule a call, and we're happy to talk to you about it. Hope this impacted your business in a positive way. Stay tuned. We got more good stuff coming.